Hello. Welcome. Now to Fatal Frame 3. Alright, I'll admit, I haven't tested this game at all, so I have no idea how this is going to work, but supposedly it has the same compatibility as Fatal Frame 2, so it should work fine.
Should we get going?
I heard this house was haunted. Too bad it's not.
Rumors are just rumors. I'm gonna load these up.
You? Where am I?
Well. I mean, we have a normal camera, so... Oh. Hey, it does work, even though it's a normal camera. That guy is still in there, too. He did not fade away. Here you go, wishing for the place to be haunted, and guess what? Now it's haunted. Oh. Let's get further led into a cursed place. Is but a doll. Hey now, that's not fair. Darn it. It's kind of hard to see her against all this black and white. Oh! Oh no! I don't... No, this camera won't work on you as a combat thing. Oh, damn it. Apparently Ray's not worried about the fact that she was just chased by a guy wielding an axe.
Stay here. Forever.
No. No, creepy little child.
Wait! There's still something I need to say! Are you okay?
Oh, it was nothing. This place is...
Hour 1, the sign. Also, hey game, weren't you supposed to put up subtitles? There's some old jars on the floor. There doesn't seem to be anything inside. Light is coming from a candle. Oops. There's a space close to the floor with jars in it. It's dark and I can't really see inside. Oh man, that's gonna bug me. So in the previous games, to bring up your camera was circle. In this game, it's triangle. For some fucking reason. After 2 games of it being circle, they suddenly decided, we're gonna switch it to a different button. The fenced gate is locked with a padlock. There's a small door on the other side. The lock is engraved with a notched arrow design. There's some old chests on top of the straw matting spread out on the earthen floor. They seem to be full of old nails and chisels. The drawers are shut tight and I can't open them. They must be swollen with moisture. Protruding from the dark space, from a space under the wall, is a large trunk. Looks like it's been emptied of its contents, and there's nothing inside it now. There's a chest against the wall of the passageway. There's some old candles and things inside. There's an old shelf. There doesn't seem to be anything on it. There's something on the other side of the drawer. Ooh, herbal medicine. Damn it. There's some old bowls inside the storage chest. They all seem to be broken. I can't see any that have kept their original shape. There's a strangely shaped Japanese chest. Some of the doors seem to be locked. I can't open them. Ladder? Oh, I can't interact with it. Oh. Got some things flickering in and out of existence. Oh, come on now. Let's not start this crap again. The door is locked. The key. Oh. Why do I need to start sneezing when I'm recording? I don't normally sneeze. The keyhole is engraved with a bellflower design. Sealed by some strong power. Ah, that's a good sign. We know we're in for fun when things are sealed by strong powers. There's a jar on the floor. There doesn't seem to be anything inside. There's something whispering. On top of the barrel is a stone the size of a human head. There's the smell of dye. Maybe someone has been dyeing something here. There's a small drawer in the corner of the room. Doesn't look like there's anything inside. Hey, 1,000 points. The ghost just kind of pushes the camera obscura out there. Something is reflecting light. It's an old-fashioned bellows camera. Some kind of occult markings in chased metal cover the whole body. Still looks to be in good condition. There's some old-fashioned writing carved on the back. Camera obscura. Maybe that's the name of the camera? Basic functions and shoot instructions are added to the file. You can consult the file screen by choosing File from the Start menu. Yeah. The blue flame is, and the lantern is lit. You can save now. See? No save files. I didn't even bother testing the game to make sure it worked. Boy, that took a while. I hope that's not normal. I mean, normal isn't it's gonna always take that long. There's some dyeing equipment in the cupboard. There's a small chest on top of the cupboard. I try to lift the lid, but it's stuck on something and I can't get it open. Oh, the Type 7 film is limited in this game. That's interesting. Film is old, has virtually no exercising effect. The film is musty, it has only a minimum amount of exercising effect. Pills passed down from olden days. Using them will partially restore your health. Camera used for work. Ray prefers slightly older cameras. Oh. No wonder she looked at the camera obscura and was like, oh, hey. Don't remember when this game came out, though, but I guess this is probably still kind of an old-fashioned camera. I think when this game came out, digital cameras were becoming a little more popular. And clearly she still needs to develop the film in these things. Or that one. Looks like a medicine chest, but everything inside the drawers has rotted and turned black. Doesn't look like there's anything useful in here. The door panels are torn and I can see into the room. It's a big room and several lights seem to be burning, but it's dark in the corners and hard to see. A weird looking room. Peephole has been opened in the wall. The sound seems to be coming from here. Stay in front of the hole and press the X button to have a look through it. Oh.
Stay back. Go away.
Okay. We found a woman who seems to be a real person. I mean, she wasn't wearing old-timey Japanese clothes, so... Oh. That literally goes in a circle. With no door. Just a peephole to look in.
Don't want to see anymore.
Those two again. Stop whispering in my ear. Oh. Nope, it's still being held by a strong force. Alrighty. Well, let's try going back.
Have you seen him? Where did he go?
The explanation of battle controls has been added to the files.
You killed Daddy!
I did no such thing. Oh! Wow, you're really in my face.
You killed Daddy!
I did no such thing.
It's not the child's fault.
Okay. Darn it. Wait.
If only I died too. It's not my fault that I'm the only one that survived. I should have been taken. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. If I had just refused, I would have. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. So if I had died with everyone else, yes, if I had died with everyone else, then I would. Are you all right? Other one.
Let me sleep forever.
Is everything okay? I heard you cry out. Oh, I was worried. You've been having so many nightmares lately.
What? I'm fine.
But
I just had a bad dream.
Was it all just a dream? Anyway, I'd better get up. Tattooed woman. The bruise appears. During the course of the game, when you find new information, it will be recorded in the notebook. When there is a new entry in the notebook, the title will appear in the top right. You can access the notebook from the menu. Press the L1 button while the item name is shown in the top right. You can refer to that item. The bruise appears. I felt a sharp pain in my shoulders when I woke up. For a moment, I thought I could see some kind of bruise on my skin, but when I looked again, there was nothing there. Was it just a dream? The abandoned house. I wasn't motivated enough to find out much about the place before I went. But all I knew was that it was supposed to be haunted. What was behind the strange daydream vision I had in the house in the snow? Was it just worn out still, scarred by the accident? Or are the rumors true? Is he really there? The Manor of Sleep. The ruined house I wandered in my dream the night I got back after my vision from that assignment. Something about it reminded me of the haunted house where I saw you. It seemed too real to be a dream. Daydreams, visions, maybe I'm just tired. USO. My fiancé, he was an editor who worked on books of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology. We met as students. He was the opposite of me in every way, quiet and kind, like gently falling rain. Like a soft shower that washes everything clean. He passed away 2 months ago in an accident caused by my careless driving. Miku Hinazaki. Miku Hinazaki, younger sister of Yu's best friend. She lives with me now and works as my assistant. I haven't met her brother. You told me she had lost her relative in an accident. She helps me out in all kinds of ways. Not just with work, she's cheerful and hardworking. If not for her, I don't know how I would have made it through after Ryu passed away. The tattooed woman. The woman who appeared in my dream of the manor. Her whole body is covered in a blue tattoo. She came closer and I ran away before I knew what was happening. All I remember is an intense fear. I can still feel her cold stabbing fingers on the back of my shoulder where she touched me. Hard to believe it was only a dream. Oh, it wasn't a dream. Well, I mean, yeah, it kind of was a dream, but you know what I mean. Mother and daughter. The mother and child who appeared in my dream in old-fashioned kimonos. They were looking for someone, calling out in sad voices to him. Who could they be? There isn't any tape I want to listen to now. On the shelf I keep photo books and newspapers. Miku bought most of the photography books for me. She has a good eye for these things, but most of them I can hardly even glance at. I have hardly even glanced at. Way to appreciate your gifts, Ray. On the shelf is a camera I never use anymore. I used to enjoy using this camera back in the days when I used to take pictures for fun. There's several handmade scented candles on top of the desk. Miku made them. She probably made them specially with me in mind, but for that reason I can't bring myself to light them, and so they just sit here, unlit and unused. Okay, that I can understand. On the desk are sketchbook and appointment book Miku made for me to keep track of all my work assignments. Squeezed into the corner of the page is a handwritten warning. Do not work too hard. Maybe I've been working too hard since that day, but that's the way I prefer it right now. My clothes are thrown carelessly into the closet. I've never been a tidy person, and unless I make a real effort, things soon get like this. Miku must not have seen it in here yet. She would never have left it in this state. Ray sounds like me. Pieces of my work are pinned up on the wall. There are more scenery shots now than there used to be. I don't feel ready yet for projects that involve taking pictures of people. Bright-colored roll-down shades hangs over the window. Miku picked it out and bought it for us the other day. Speaking of Miku, there she is, looking right up at me. A little creepy, Miku. Could be watching the TV and... Kitty!
Good morning, Ray.
I didn't quite match the lip sync. Hey. This is Miku's room. Even if this is my house, I really don't like to go into her room without permission. I know Miku wouldn't care at all, though. Yu's room. Ever since the accident, I try not to come in here unless I have a good reason. You had a separate room? Good morning, Ray. It looks like it's going to rain all day today, too. You don't have to work so much this week, so why don't you try to relax? Ray, you've been working too much lately. We were woken up by a bad dream this morning. Not to mention what happened when we were out collecting data the other day. Anyway, let's try to take it easy today. That reminds me, there was a letter. It's addressed to you. Letter from Kay. Dear you, sorry for not writing for so long. How are things with your fiancé? I'm continuing my investigation of the urban legend. Like I thought, my niece's symptoms bear many similarities to the strange disease associated with the urban legend. I think most of the story is groundless rumor, but I heard there was a psychiatric Stop honking, people! It was a psychiatric study done. If you have it, I'd like to see it. Maybe it'll provide a clue. I'm taking a break from all my other work to devote myself to studying the urban legend. I'd like your help. According to the documents I've studied, that camera I sent you is apparently a rare camera obscura. Given where I found it, it may have some connection to the missing people and the urban legend. If you hear anything, please tell me. Regards, Kei Amakura. Letter from K1 added to the file. From Kei Amakura. He's written several times before. Have you still not told him about you? Use camera obscura. I wonder if it would be in Yu's room. Snap. I caught you in mid-blink. Storage space under the stairs. It's full of old newspapers and magazines. Really? Because it looks pretty clean to me. The corner is an ornamental potted plant. Looking after it is Miku's job. Come to think of it, Miku looks after just about everything in the house these days. We decided against having a TV in our own rooms and bought a bigger one for the living room instead. I hardly watch it at all these days. Not having a TV in your room is a good thing. It's disruptive to sleep. Outside the window is a small garden. A light drizzle has been falling for several days now. It's been some time since I last tended to the garden. Well, I mean, I guess if it's raining outside, you don't have to worry about it. Stuck to the refrigerator door are my work schedule, a calendar with the supermarket discount days marked on it, and post-it notes with recipes on them. Miku cooks all the meals. She seems to enjoy doing chores around the house. I don't know what I would do without her, really. This process would probably turn into a complete disaster. The tableware is kept here inside the cupboard. That's a cupboard? These things are kept clean here, too. The sink is cleanly polished. This feels more like Miku's place than mine. Miku hardly ever asks for anything, but she begged me to buy her this microwave. It wasn't cheap, but we've been eating all kinds of new things since we got it. No thanks to me, though. The only thing I use is for heating up instant meals. Yep, that's a knife just sitting on the counter. Large oven range has 4 burners with a 4-burner stove. I was determined to get the most out of it when we moved in, but in fact I've not used it at all except for boiling water or fixing a simple meal. I really seem to get to the other thing. Oh, this is not the front door. I have found the front door. Surely this is it. The front door is kept locked. Since that day, I don't leave the house unless I have to for work. Miku's low-heeled shoes are under the shoe rack. If we cleared away used shoes, there would be plenty of room for all of Miku's. How many shoes did you have? I mean, guys are not really known for keeping a ton of shoes. I can see my face reflected in the mirror above the wash basin. I've maybe lost a little weight again. Miku takes care of washing the clothes too. It's a real help. I've never been good at housework. She's been complaining these past few days that she can't hang the clothes out to dry because of the rain. There's no one in the bath. Even when I'm busy, I like to soak in the tub every day. Recently, though, I've just been taking showers. A clothes chest that Miku bought with her from home. Inside are Miku's kimonos and the funeral mourning that I have worn just once. I don't know why I had trouble reading that. I might have sneezed part of my brain away. As well as cushions and bedding, the closet is full of used old books, still where we left them when we first moved in. I have never looked inside them. I guess they must be something to do with his work. Use altar. You. Use this place for storing the cleaning things and other tools. Some of the cardboard boxes haven't been touched since we moved in. This is supposed to be a storeroom, really? But they put a sink in here so we could develop my pictures here. I don't have any film I can develop now. In this box I keep my films and printing paper. In this cardboard box are plastic bottles containing developer and fixer fluids for developing photographs. And the plastic barrel is the kerosene we use in the winter. I knocked on the toilet door, but it looks like no one is inside. Alright, let's go to use room. Eh? Where did the cat go? Miko's still standing in the same place. No. What's up, kitty? You know what, I don't remember, but if anything happens to this cat, I'm going to be really upset with this game. It's a really bad trope for horror games. Put an animal in it and then kill the animal. Don't worry, kitty, I'll go explore and find out what's up. There was something about some sort of camera obscura that you owned, written in that letter. Camera obscura. Maybe the same camera I saw in my dream.
Ray, may I help you with something?
Oh, I just wanted to ask you.
A thin ray of sunlight comes in through the drawn curtains. It's always raining here. Whenever I hear the sound of the rain, I can't help thinking back to what happened that day. Man, I love a place where it was like almost always raining. On the shelf are a letter and a camera similar to the one I saw in my dream. It looks like the letter is from Kay. Dear you, during my research on the Manor of Sleep urban legend, I finally made it to a certain deserted village lost even from the map. I found this camera in a huge abandoned house near that village. My niece Mio, when Mayu disappeared, she caused you a lot of trouble, so you probably remember her. Saw this camera, she was scared stiff. I wonder if it reminded her of that unspeakable accident. For now, I'd like you to take care of the camera. You know about antiques, so could you look it over for me? I don't think you'll be able to reach me for a bit, but I'll contact you, so let me know what you find then. Regards, Kei Amakura. Could this camera be the same as the camera obscura I saw in my dream? This is older than the one in my dream, and even the inscription on the back is illegible. Even so, it does look similar to the camera obscura. I've tried pushing the shutter button, but there was no response. It looks like it's broken. There's still an old film inside the camera obscura. Musty film. The film looks pretty old, but it doesn't seem to have been spoiled by being exposed at all. What could be on it? I wonder if I can have developed it in the darkroom. The photo of the camera obscura in Kay's letter. Looks like the old one I saw in my dream. There's an old sheet of film with something on it. Maybe if I develop it, I can figure something out. The picture of you I took on my work assignment that was abandoned to the abandoned house. Was you there inside that manor? Kei Amakura. I've never met him personally, but he was a friend of you. He used to write from time to time. You seems to have known lots of people, both professionally and privately. According to the letter, he and you were doing research into urban legends. Maybe the camera obscura was somehow connected with that. I should tell him about the accident. Camera obscura. An old camera etched with the words camera obscura. I found a camera like the one I picked up in my dream in Yu's room. Apparently Kay sent it to him. Is this the same camera I saw in my dream? There are typed and handwritten letters on the desk along with several books. I hardly touched anything in here since that day. I just can't bring myself to tidy everything away. There's a notebook left out on top of the desk. Perhaps somebody was in the middle of working. Oh my god, 11 pages. Many of the urban legends classified as the Lost Village are modeled on real incidents, such as a village was ruined when one villager massacred the others. They are often an amalgamation of well-known actual incidents, legend, and oral tradition. Settings such as the isolated mountain village or bygone customs like night trysts, or ceremonies often act to trigger the incidents themselves, and these, in turn, become the motif for urban legends. The reason for the popularity of urban legends may lie in the notion of the view of the country from the city, or the modern bias toward the ancient. To people in the modern city, the village is the wilderness, and those who live there are different. Perhaps that scorn or fear finds expression in the urban legend. For that reason, the setting of the legend must be the isolated mountain village. Further, bygone customs are attractive elements that end up acting to provoke the incident. As a case in point, there is a story about an area around the Minakami Dam where Mayu went missing. The Lost Village. In the mountains of the Minakami area. Minakami. Many spirits? Many gods? Something like that? There was once a massacre in the so-called Lost Village. Years ago, on the night of a certain festival, there was a great massacre and the village disappeared from the map. Only one woman survived. If you walk in the forest where the village once lay, there is a small guardian statue. If you continue, you will come to the shrine gate that forms the entrance to the village. If you should pass through the gate, you will never return. The night of the massacre continues in this village, where day will never come and will never again break. And a woman's horrific laugh rings throughout the village. Next, we have the Manor of Bizarre Murders, where the same tragedy recurs. Its scale is smaller, but generally speaking, it resembles the pattern of the village, as it is made up of elements based on true incidents. Below is an example of this. It has to do with Mafuyu's disappearance. The House of Mutilation. In the mountain area of Humiro, there remains a manor where years ago there was said to be a massacre. There have always been vanishings in the nearby forest, and many of the spirited away are said to end up in the manor. Their corpses have been found with both hands, legs, and heads severed off. One of the examples is seemingly related Manor of Sleep urban legend that I'm researching now. The Manor of Sleep legend was picked up in various magazines in the 1960s, but incidents with very similar characteristics can be found here and there in older media. The newspaper is from the early 1900s and is of no relation to when the Manor of Sleep legend was taken up. But the background of these spirited aways and the people's later condition bear many similarities to the Manor of Sleep urban legend. I'm still investigating, but these incidents may trace back to the 19th century. And I've seen legends in several folklore books that may have become the basis for the Manor of Sleep. The House of Sleep urban legend. Perhaps this is what Kay was asked to investigate. You had a well-organized notebook on the urban legends in your file. Urban legends is misspelled. After you received new information, you may find related books and documents in the bookcases on your desks. Blah. An old newspaper is tucked in the notebook. Joy, more stuff to read! And for me to stumble over. Series of vanishings across the region. According to the sources, before dawn yesterday, a mother and daughter who live in Myojin village went missing. The missing are Maki Kuzuhara and her daughter Kozue. Since last year, the two have been missing, searching for Kuzuhara's missing husband. The two reportedly wandered the mountains nearly every day. The informant says I hadn't seen them for several days, so I went to visit them. There was no answer, so I went inside, but they were gone. I only saw some black soot-like markings. Similar disappearances are being reported across the area, and some are calling them spirited aways. Yet a newspaper article, series of vanishings across the region to your file. Use research. Oh no, it's in notes. According to the notebook on his desk, Yu was doing some research for Kei Amakura. His notes are full of accounts of old urban legends and news clippings about disappearances and people who were spirited away. Oh, it's a pair of scissors. A pair of scissors look like a key from that angle. The bookshelves are full of volumes of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology. They're all books Yu used for his work, or ones that were published by his company. There was a time when I used to be interested in them, but it was only a passing phase. In the bookcases, the book Occultism that Amakura wrote about in his letter. Another book to read. But this book only has 4 pages. The camera obscura is a device used to capture the other world made by the... Fuck! To capture the other world made by occultist Kunihiko Aso. From the late 19th to early 20th century, he tried to communicate with and get proof of this other world. The term occultist refers to people involved in the movement to verify Eastern thought using contemporary Western technology. Kunihiko Aso is a prime example of such an occultist. The camera obscura was one of his quintessential experiments. He modified the, at the time, still rare camera by adding a special lens and film. It was supposed to capture unbelievable things normally invisible to the naked eye, like a so-called different phase interval and spirits and ghosts. They are very rare nowadays, but apparently these cameras are still traded among curio dealers. Most have been broken, and we have lost the chance to see the other world, as well as Aso's achievements for eternity. Added the camera obscura and real proof of the spirit world to your file. After you receive new information, you may find related books and documents in bookcases or desks. So we should come back and check these every now and then. And it's up on an hour, actually a little bit past, so I better stop. I'm just going to create another one in a little bit anyways. Bye-bye!